Good doggo. Hey everyone, Templar74 here with another episode of PokeTalk, and today's episode of PokeTalk is going to be my review of the latest episode of Pokemon Pocket Monsters 2019, episode 29, Electrifying Jealousy, Yamper's Feelings. And I gotta be honest with you guys, this episode being mostly a Koharyu-focused episode, I gotta be honest with you guys, I really cared more about the Yamper moments than I did the Koharyu moments. I know that's a horrible thing to say. Koharyu's character just really has not clicked with me at all this series, and I was hoping this episode would do a little bit more justice for her character for me. And I will admit that it did a little bit, but not nearly as much as I liked, which is unfortunate. But I digress on that. We'll talk about that soon enough. So, at risk of further rambling though, let's move on to the actual episode. So the episode begins with Koharyu at her house. She's flipping through a magazine. She's clearly annoyed by something in the magazine, and she's going to go down and talk to her parents about it. But before she can, she's interrupted by a thunk at her window. And she doesn't really pay much attention to it, goes down and talks to her parents. And as they're talking at this point, Yamper comes up and he's dragging a Pidove by the head. And this moment kind of made me laugh a little bit because it kind of reminds me of my old lab that we had when I was a kid. He would bring us the occasional bird that he would pick up in the yard, and even my canine partner Roscoe will do that every once in a while, where he'll bring up a bird and it'll terrify the heck out of my girlfriend. But I digress on that. So good doggo there. That kind of brought back some memories. I'm like, oh no, please don't be like when my lab brought the bird and it be dead. Well, unfortunately, this Pidove is alive, confirmed by Professor Sakuragi, and eventually Pidove comes around, and Koharyu's family kind of take in Pidove. They feed it, they kind of take care of it a little bit, but as they're introducing themselves to this Pidove, they introduce Yamper to it, and Yamper terrifies Pidove, and before he's able to fly away, they realize that his wing is injured, so they take him in and take care of that too, on top of feeding him and everything else. So yeah, Pidove is being taken in by the Sakuragis here while it's injured. They're going to care for it, and while this is going on, Pidove builds a bond with Koharyu here, and it annoys Yamper no end, and it's kind of funny there, the little jealousy moments that we get from Yamper. But that's not the only thing that happened in the episode here. That was essentially most of the episode, but not the only thing. We also go back to Ash and Go briefly during the course of the episode. Ash is training to battle with Riolu, and Go's Sobble has disappeared, and so they have to hunt for it, and ultimately they find it by seeing all of Go's Pokemon and some of Ash's Pokemon, frankly, crying their eyes out. They clearly know that it's Sobble. They find Sobble, and we get a nice little Dragonite Sobble moment where Dragonite hugs Sobble and kind of cradles it and calms it down. That was a nice little cute moment. But then we go back to the Koharyu and Pidove thing here. These two have bonded throughout most of the episode. It annoys Yamper, but ultimately by the end of the day here, Pidove gets into trouble with a Farfetch here, and Koharyu and Yamper team up. They battle this Farfetch to basically rescue Pidove here, which Pidove is extremely grateful for. And it's at the end of the episode, Pidove's original trainer shows up, and Koharyu has to give Pidove back, but not forgetting the bonds that she's built with Yamper and this Pidove here as the episode concludes. So yeah, that was essentially the episode. Like I said, Koharyu-focused episode. I'll be honest, I kind of cared more about the Yamper moments than I did Koharyu, which is sad and unfortunate. Her character just really has not clicked with me at all the entirety of Pokemon Journey. She's kind of like an uptight character, and I really don't like that kind of character. I was hoping that this episode would warm her up a little bit more than it did, but unfortunately, it is what it is. That said, though, everybody, it was still a cute little episode, and like I said, the Yamper bringing the bird up is just like, oh no, please don't be like when my dogs do it. Fortunately, that didn't happen. I think that was the biggest moment where I'm like, oh no, during the entire episode. But that said, everybody, overall, I give this episode a 6 out of 10. It wasn't the best episode. It was an okay episode. Like I said, I guess I just had a little bit more expectation for Koharyu character development here, and it really didn't materialize as much as I would have liked. But that said, in the comments section down below, everybody, let me know what your guys' thoughts were about this week's episode. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was just there, kind of like I did? Just let me know in the comments section down below, because as always, I enjoy hearing from you. Alright, everyone, as always, Templar74 signing off. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll talk to you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.